Alright, this is the finished product on some rims I just got done clearing. I had the polished areas taped off so I could shoot the base coat, peeled it off, pre-cleaned it intact so I could clear coat it. Now these rims, I've been working on these rims for several days because this car was in an accident, and the edges of these wheels, they were all chewed up and scratched. You know, they hit a curb. Both of them were messed up. One of these, let me see if I can find it. One of these has a gouge that I wasn't able to get out unless I would have filled it in with like metal epoxy and did the body work on it to shape it back. But because it's going to be a polished finish, it's not going to look pretty. I would have had to be painting it. I don't even see it right now. But I did this with regular yellow 3M masking tape. If I were to use the blue vinyl fine line tape, my edges would have come out a little bit cleaner. I had to come back with the razor blade and use the back of it and kind of scrape the base to get it to be a lot smoother. But this is something I'm doing for somebody who's a friend of mine. They're a client, but you know, they're also my friend, and I gave them a really good deal, so I wasn't going to kill myself making it perfect. I do have a video here of some 20-inch rims I did on a Porsche SUV that is actually a neighbor of mine. Those, I did a really good high-end job on those. They were done with a lot of precision, and I do have that video up. I think it's called Resurfacing Porsche Rims. I also did the calipers and the rotors. That video is there's like 2 or 3 videos. I did like steps. I did a few minutes video showing the steps, and what I did, it was a brushed finish. I left it at 600 grit block sanded, and the surface kind of looked like stainless steel elevator walls, or like a fridge, whatever you're familiar with. This, I took it after the 600. I took it to 600 sponge by hand, and then I took it to a gray scuff pad, and then I went over it with steel wool. Now this is the interesting part, right? This is the interesting part, because when I got to it with the steel wool, I know there's different grades, like grits for steel wool, how abrasive they are. The more abrasive, they leave scratches behind. Smoother ones work a little bit slower, but they give you a nice polished finish. Now this is what I want to know. Maybe somebody can answer this for me. I was using the scuff pad. It's actually a very smooth one. Then I went to the steel wool. Now with the steel wool, all these scratches were coming out. Okay, the scratches were coming out, and it started to polish up like silver, like a piece of jewelry, and it was like a mirror finish. And after that, I just, without applying any more pressure, I'm just going at it, and it started to ruin the finish. It started leaving scratches behind. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I turned the Brillo pad, or the steel wool pad, around, and I'm kind of going at it, and it's weird. There's like a small window where you can get this to polish, and then it starts to go bad again. And if you touch it with your finger, you just even touch it, you get this, like this dark spot, like a smear that's on the, I think this aluminum alloy, gets on the surface, and you can't get it out. Lacquer thinner doesn't get it out, pre-cleaner doesn't get it out. You have to sand it out, and you have to sand it a lot. Like the steel wool wasn't doing it. I had to go back to the 600. So I was like going back and forth, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get this looking mirror finish and tape it off and do what I gotta do without even touching it once and creating a smudge that I can't get out. So what I ended up doing was I was sanding left to right with the gray scuff pad, and then I was going front to back with the steel wool, and I just kept going back and forth until I got some consistency. The patterns are consistent enough that you can't really tell the direction of the sand scratches. Besides, this is the actual finish that matches the original finish, because remember, these are just 2 wheels on one side, the side that was accident related on the vehicle, which was the passenger side. So on the driver's side, you want those wheels to look the same. Like, these couldn't have been completely polished like that and expected to match the other side, but it was something I was trying to accomplish, because I've never done rims to where I polished them like a mirror. and I really wanted to see what I could, you know, get out of it. But I know there's compounds, you know, you wet sand, not wet sand, you could if you want, but mostly they're done dry sand. You sand these and you buff them with abrasive compound, you know, with a wheel on a 90-degree like you do with the car. It's pretty similar, it's the same concept. But I just thought it would have been cool with the steel wool not to have to break out all that equipment, to where I can do a video where this is something people can do at home, you know, DIY stuff for themselves, because it's more common to have steel wool than it is to have all the other stuff and then the know-how that comes with it. So anyways, I do got a lot of videos, you know. I like for you guys to share my stuff, you know, ask questions and stuff so we can share comments. You know, I do got like 200 something subscribers. I could use a lot more, you know. I do really good work, but I really don't have time to advertise myself. I like always do videos from beginning to end and stuff. But that's another topic. I'm thinking of doing another channel and having it be all edited with music and effects and much more organized like people are doing these days, rather than just amateur looking, you know, like most of my videos are, even though the work is professional. But I appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Gabriel Miranda, and the channel is Sick Lotus, all one word, okay? So anyways, peace out, thanks for watching.